Electoral Tribunals. An electoral tribunal acts as the sole judge of all contests relating to the election, returns, and qualifications of the respective members of each house. Election, returns, and qualifications should be interpreted in its totality as referring to all matters affecting the validity of the contestee's title. But the court held that if it is necessary to specify, we can say that election refers to the conduct of the polls, including the listing of voters, the holding of the electoral campaign, and the casting and counting of the votes. Returns to the canvass of the returns and the proclamation of the winners, including questions concerning the composition of the board of canvassers and the authenticity of the election returns, and qualifications to matters that could be raised in a quo warranto proceeding against the proclaimed winner, such as his disloyalty or ineligibility or the inadequacy of a certificate of candidacy. What is the composition of an electoral tribunal? 9 members each, 3 of which shall be justices of the Supreme Court, to be designated by the Chief Justice, and 6 shall be members of the Senate or the House of Representatives, as the case may be. The senior justice in the electoral tribunals shall be its chairman. House of Representatives Electoral Tribunal. It shall be composed of 3 Supreme Court justices, 6 members of the House of Representatives, and it has the exclusive jurisdiction to decide election protests filed against members of the House of Representatives. The House of Representatives Electoral Tribunal, as the sole judge of all contests relating to the election, returns, and qualifications of members of the House of Representatives, may annul election results if in its determination, fraud, terrorism, or other electoral irregularities existed to warrant the annulment. Because in doing so, it is merely exercising its constitutional duty to ascertain who among the candidates received the majority of the valid votes cast. How about the Senate Electoral Tribunal? It is composed of 3 Supreme Court justices, 6 members of the Senate, and it has the exclusive jurisdiction to decide election protests filed against members of the Senate. So where the candidate has already been proclaimed winner in the senatorial elections, a contestee's proper recourse is to file a regular election protest with the Senate Electoral Tribunal. Independence. The Electoral Tribunal is independent of the Houses of Congress, and its decisions may be reviewed by the Supreme Court only upon showing of grave abuse of discretion in a petition for certiorari filed under Rule 65. Jurisdiction of the Electoral Tribunal. So once a winning candidate has been proclaimed, taken his oath, and assumed office as a member of the House of Representatives, the COMELEC's jurisdiction over election protests relating to his election, returns, and qualifications ends, and the House of Representatives Electoral Tribunal's own jurisdiction begins. Further, the House of Representatives Electoral Tribunal decides whether a partyless representative is qualified, but the COMELEC can decide whether a partyless organization is qualified to join the partyless system. Members of the Electoral Tribunals. Members of the Electoral Tribunal enjoy security of tenure. Disloyalty to party and breach of party discipline are not valid grounds for expulsion of a member of the tribunal. Valid grounds for removal from the Electoral Tribunal include expiration of the congressional term of the member, death, permanent disability, formal affiliation with another party, and resignation from the political party represented.